Right, Capricorn. So this may be a month where you have a new social status, entering a new relationship, starting something maybe in your career or in the public eye. You may have some questions about some particular friends, a friend group. You may be rearranging some kind of aspirations or goals that you have as well. This can certainly be a time where it's about who you know and what you know. So, something to kind of think about moving forward in late October. This can also be a time where maybe work starts to change for you, start to reevaluate creativity, romance, dating. You're reevaluating maybe your habits and as well. So that way you can end up being better and doing better in the long run. It definitely feels like you have a lot of support, I would say, from somebody that is very close to you, whether it is your therapist, your astrologer, your tarot reader, your partner. So I do think that you have people to rely on this month, or the at least the end of this month. And I think that you're going to start to be valued more in your career and your partnerships. You make it a little bit of a glow up in the public eye or in the way that people. So, Capricorn, without further ado, let's get into it. But beforehand, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. If you're new here, my name is Violetta Alexis, and I've been doing tarot for 5 years. If you're not new here, obviously, welcome back. I'm happy to have you again. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. Show me Capricorn for late October 25. The Five of Wands reverse. I'm getting that card a lot for people. So you're definitely not about the drama. You're about healing, sharing the word of God, maybe, sharing your hopes and dreams, ambitions. I was kind of talking about that in the intro anyway. The King of Cups reversed. Well, if this is you, you may not be feeling super vulnerable. Maybe you're not really open to love. For others of you, this can be somebody that you're dealing with who's kind of like that. Then we have the Hangman. So I don't despise the Hangman. I like the Hangman. This is where we're like, okay, maybe I need to surrender something. I need to take a look at things from a different angle. I need to see things from a different perspective. So it's a very like humbling. Oh no, my computer's gonna die. Sorry about that. So the Hangman is very humbling. Okay, not the worst thing in the world. The Six of Pentacles, and I think that you're getting a lot of out of it. I think that you're getting a lot of value from surrendering as opposed to trying to force something. You can be perceiving like money differently, how you spend money, things like that, like something changing in regards to your finances or how much you give or whatever. The Two of Wands is here. So maybe you're thinking about a different, this almost feels like charity. Okay. So for some of you, maybe you're like giving away money or giving away clothes or giving away something of value. Okay. For others of you, you may be trying to think of new ways to either give back or make money. Okay. We have the Temperance here. Absolutely love that. I love that for the last row. That's peace, tranquility, happiness. Queen of Wands, you're really showing up. You're very brave, bold, assertive. We're coming off of the heels of that full moon in Aries. And so we're really learning to assert ourselves, learning more about ourselves, about our sense of independence, who we are when we stand alone, right? Maybe who we are when no one's looking. I don't know why I'm getting that message as well. And then we have the Ace of Wands reverse, but there could be a little bit of a delay in something that you're starting or something that you want. For the first row, I love this. We have prosperity lies ahead. So because of this Five of Wands reverse, the Star and the King of Cups reverse, kind of making me feel like focus on your bigger goals and your bigger dreams and your bigger aspirations. Absolutely. Because I think that there's something that you're dreaming of, something that you really, really want that may feel really big. But I think in the eyes of the universe or the eyes of God, I think it's a lot smaller than you think. I mean, the universe is abundant. It is always giving, it is always offering. There's always something to be given when it comes to the universe. So try to think larger than life. But at the same time, I still think that you're needing to make sure that you're still doing what it is that you're doing to achieve those things. So maybe you need to get a better night's sleep. Maybe you need to make sure that if you have like big body goals, it's like making sure that you're hitting the gym every day, etc. Because the universe can only do so much. And then we have Venus. Damn. So you have new moon in Taurus, and then we have Venus. So there's a big focus on Venusian things. So relationship, finances, money, self-esteem, values. And I think that's what you're kind of thinking about. You may be thinking about how can I come out of my comfort zone when it comes to the things that I'm needing to plan financially, career wise, whatever it is. Maybe um, I'm needing to get a different perspective in regards to equal give and take, what I expect from others, what others expect from me, etc. And then for the last one, we have fast progress. Okay, well, I love that for the Temperance and the Wands, move forward with swift precision and do what must be done now. So I told you there was some delay. Don't wait, is what I want to say. Just go for it. So this is where we clarify. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The Five of Wands reverse, the Ace of Wands. I love that. You're very motivated by peace. And I mean, this makes sense, especially being that we have these two Venusian, very Venusian oracle cards. So, I mean, I love that. You're all about peace. You're not about drama. You're not into it. I definitely feel like you're kind of in this healing phase or healing stage of your life, which I really, really like. So stay motivated, keep going. You seem to be very motivated by your bigger aspirations, dreams, and goals. You seem very motivated because of maybe some relationships in your life as well. I'm getting like a feminine figure for some of you that's very motivating for you or pushing you to do better. Maybe it's an influence, like a fitness influencer or something like that that you're watching and you're like, damn, goals, you know, and it's pushing you to do better. Whatever it is, you seem to be pretty inspired and dare I say inspiring. I feel like you might be the influencer or you are influencing others to do better, but whatever way you see it. Then we have the Star with the Chariot reversed. Wow. Okay. Feel like things have been pretty out of control for you in the past, maybe, or you may have felt like you were forcing something. And I'm almost getting this energy that it was forced because it wasn't really for you, or you weren't really into it, or it's like trying to, you know, those little kids' toys where it's like you try to fit like the shapes into the shape holes or whatever. Like it's almost like you're trying to fit a square into a star shape. And so now there's this sense of authenticity, right? And I think about that because I think about the star, which is Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about being authentic, being who you are, you know, not being afraid of what other people are going to think, etc. And I think that's what you're doing now. There's some level of claiming your own authentic nature that is so empowering for you at the end of October. And I want to say keep doing that because it seems like you're achieving something. It seems like you're achieving something. And I think that you almost can't believe it. And it's because of the failures that you had, that it's also because you have found something or someone or something that has inspired you that is it truly aligns with you and like who you are. So take a look at that King of Cups reverse and Ten of Pentacles. Well, I saw this prosperity lies ahead. What is the guidance for that King of Cups reverse? The Chariot reverse. Don't try to like if you're not feeling it with someone or something, like don't try to force it, dude. You know, like if you really want the Ten of Pentacles, okay, which I think is can absolutely be yours. If you really want the Ten of Pentacles, again, don't try to fit that square into the star shape because it's not gonna work. You're not gonna get exactly what you want. I mean, I don't think we're ever gonna get exactly to the T like what we want, right? Like, you know, sometimes there are alterations, right? Or compromises. But like if you really want what it is that you want, you feel it like fire in your blood, it's there. Stop trying to force people, places, or things that do not align with that vision because it will deter you. Okay, so let's get some guidance for that prosperity lies ahead, please. And thank you, the Hierophant. Again, what aligns with your morals, your values, who you are as a person. That's how you're going to get to where it is that you're going, is by standing on that, standing on business, so to speak. Okay, so let's look at the second row with the Hangman, the Emperor. I'm almost getting this very stoic, strong, silent type of person. You know, and the thing about like the Emperor that I really love about him is he doesn't let his little emotions like, you know, get in the way of being responsible and caring for others. The Emperor isn't going to let some little like argument, like for instance, right? Let's say that you provide for your family, and or let's just say a husband he provides for his family, him and his wife get in a fight, and he's like, well, you know, maybe he takes care of all the bills. Well, I'm not going to pay your phone bill this month, you know, because he's in a tiff, right? It's like he doesn't do that, right? The Emperor is like, I'm going to take care of what I need to take care of because these are my commitments and that's it. And there's a level of humility that comes with that. And I think that's what you guys are doing. And I think that you're going to find the more humble you are, the more that you're going to get out of life. And because humility offers us a perspective that something that is ego based or ego driven could never. And so I see that that's where you guys are. And you're going to find that people are going to help you or want to give you more because of that um, because of that energy that you portray. It's like when we see somebody who's like constantly full of themselves, or, they just don't care about people. It's like we don't want to, we naturally want to hate on that person, right? It's like you see somebody who's like taking responsibility, is always trying to do the morally good thing, the right thing. Like we're like, oh, I love that person. Wow, they're so great. I want to support them, right? Whatever. So I feel like that's what's happening. So let's see that Six of Pentacles. Look at that. I'm telling you, you're getting some level of support, I think, from people, groups, communities, things of that nature. This makes me think of Pluto and Aquarius, very much. And so Pluto and Aquarius can be like power in groups. People coming together and deconstructing something that is no longer working. Pluto is all about power. And so I feel like power is going to come with transformation as well. And I see you guys doing that with the Hand and the Emperor. But because of this, I don't even want to call it a persona, this claiming of a true, authentic nature that has probably come from a lot of failures and a lot of experience, you are being supported, not just from people, but I think from God, the universe, all of those things. Some of you are actually giving to charity. Okay. Like the star, like you think about the star, you think about Aquarius. Aquarius has connections to the 11th house, which can talk about humanitarian efforts. So for some of you, that is what you're doing, or people are serving you humanitarian. Okay. It really depends on your personal situation. We have the Two of Wands here with the Knight of Wands reversed. You're kind of like, okay, now what? I think you're kind of lacking direction. You have this new perspective. Have this new perspective. You have this understanding. You have this energy of letting go and kind of healing, seeing things in a different way, taking a lot more responsibility, getting a lot of maybe validation or recognition in some way. You're receiving a lot of, almost, it feels public, like a public support. But it feels like because you're changing, or you have changed so much, you're kind of like, now what do I do now? Like I remember when I got sober, right? I got sober, I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking cigarettes, and I was like, okay, what? I lived my life in this like veil, and like my whole mindset shifted once I got sober. I stopped drinking and all of that. And so that's what's happening with you. And obviously I figured it out. Now that I got into tarot, after shortly thereafter. So like, what is that thing for you? So a little bit of planning can kind of go a long way, I think. Let's see the guidance for this Venusian energy here. The Seven of Cups reverse. Okay. Well, what do you value? You know, do you value helping people? Do you really value one-on-one connections, intimate connections? And it's asking you to kind of make a choice. It can be asking you to make a realistic choice in regards to career, maybe in regards to your relationships, the company that you keep, things like that, and not allowing yourself to see through colored glasses. I almost want to say anymore. Another one here. The Page of Wands. Put yourself out there a little bit. There may be something that you're not super confident in, but I think it's because you're just starting out. And so you may be like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do this, or like, so there can be a little bit of confusion around that. But I feel like you just need to go for it. You need to be like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pursue this, and that's that. And just go for it. Even if you're not feeling confident, the confidence will come through that, pushing through the fear. The confidence will come through courage. Okay. So let's take a look at that Temperance for the last row. The Four of Pentacles reverse. I love this. It just feels like you're taking chances. I'm not mad at you for it. You're taking chances, and I don't feel like they're reckless risks either. I think that they're very calculated. I think that a lot of you can be sharing. I'm almost getting this energy of like sharing your creativity with others. You're finding a lot of peace as well in like letting go. And I think that you find that the more dead weight you kind of shed, the faster that you can move towards what it is that you're trying to do. Because we see that Queen of Wands, which tells me that that confidence did come. That confidence did come from you pushing through that fear, whatever, and kind of channeling your inner warrior a little bit and like really going for it. And I mean, you're looking great, so good for you. You're looking great. You're being very assertive. You could be in some kind of leadership position as well. So let's see what that Queen of Wands says. The Tower reversed. Wow. It feels like it feels like you um what is the word, avoided a shitstorm. For lack of a better term, it feels like you avoided a shitstorm, and I think you did so by being the leader in your own life by owning up to something maybe that you've done, or by taking the lead in a situation, and somehow you have averted from some kind of crisis, from a storm. Okay. So I really want to say, like, assert yourselves, right? When I say assert yourselves, it doesn't mean you like go and blow the place down or whatever. Okay. Just be the leader in your own life and assert yourself and be confident in your own leadership. See what that Ace of Wands reverse is. The King of Cups reversed. Okay. You know, Capricorn, if somebody is not going to open up to you, again, don't force it. Don't force it, because there can be like people in your life where they may love your energy, they may love who you are, but they may not be ready for you. They may not be ready for where you're at in life. And that's okay. But you have to understand that 9 times out of 10, the person that's like running ahead and this person who's like barely catching up, or they're like, oh no, you come meet me over here. I don't want to have to meet you over here. 9 times out of 10, this person is going to pull this person back. Okay. And so if you feel like somebody's delaying your progress, if you feel like somebody is, harsh in your mellow, you know what I'm saying? Killing the vibe. Like, it's okay to love. It's okay to still love that person from a distance or whatever, but don't let it deter you from doing what it is that you need to be doing. Okay. Because this person, whoever this is, could be a distraction. Now, for others of you, um, it can't just be saying that you're not really motivated for love. Like, you're not really open to that. You may be focused more on just entrepreneurial endeavors, being the leader in your life, maybe performing something, fun stuff. Okay. And that's okay. Just make sure that you're taking a cool, calm, collected approach to it. So let's see some guidance for this fast progress card. The Four of Swords. Mm. Four of Swords is a very kind of solitary energy. Um, I don't think that this means you shouldn't like invite people into your life and all of these things, but it kind of makes me feel like you need to be very cautious of who you allow into your life, because I do think that there are people that can slow you down. Again, doesn't mean you can't love people, right? But I do think that this is more of a solo journey, or it can be about needing to kind of weed out certain people in your life and needing to think logically about these things. Again, it doesn't mean you can't love people, but this is where you're needing to think logically and practically about the company that you keep, because there are certain people in your life that can't slow you down. Okay. And we are going to have a Mercury retrograde. Like if you're a Capricorn rising, for instance, okay, you're going to have a Mercury retrograde in your 11th house. So it's going to be about where we're reevaluating, just in general, because it's in Scorpio, where we are reevaluating the company that we keep, who we're merging with, who we're telling our secrets to, who we're giving or taking from, etc. Because Scorpio is kind of where you merge, right? So there can be some reconsideration around those things, and I don't think anything's wrong with that. So I think you guys are going to have a great rest of your month, Capricorn. Thanks a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on my website at www.violettaalexis.com. If you would like to book a scheduled session with me, or text and or call spontaneously, you can do so at hipsy.com/violettaalexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below or in the pinned comment in the chat. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great mid-October.